So, Hare Krishna, this chapter 15, verse 8 in Bhagavad Gita is very important because it clearly says, suppose when there is a death in the family, a near and dear friend or relative passed away. So, what aspects of Bhagavad Gita we should remember to retain sanity in those times? Bhagavad Gita chapter 15 verse 8, Sri Krishna says, the living entity in the material world carries his different conceptions of life from one body to another as the air carries aromas. So this is the comparison given. Air carries aromas means it goes from one kitchen, suppose in an apartment there is a dosa going on. The air carries the smell of the dosa and it will move a certain distance, still it goes to another kitchen where some poha garane is going on. There it will carry that smell. Somewhere there's some non-veg going on. So the air changes the aroma which is sitting. So there is something constant called air and there is something called molecules. Similarly here, the conceptions of life we carry changes. So that is, the body is a manifestation of the conception of life we are carrying. The soul is the same, but it changes the conceptions of life. And similarly it changes the bodies. So thus the living entity takes another gross body based on the conception. So based on that conception he has cultivated, he or she, there is a certain type of ear, tongue and nose and sense of touch. This product integration happens with all these components which are grouped about the mind. He thus enjoys a particular set of sense objects. So a combination is given of the senses by which you develop certain taste, certain attitude, a certain personality. Hey, isko ye acha lagta hai, usko wo acha lagta hai. This fellow likes this. So now we categorize people because of the previous life conception they have developed. They get a set of these organs. The foolish cannot understand how a living entity is body. So foolish means they who don't have agnanam, who don't have the knowledge. What they are doing is they cannot see this quitting of the body, a new conception, a new set of eyes, ears, nose is given. Nor can they understand what sort of body he enjoys under the spells of the modes of nature. But if you are through reading Shastra, through listening to the Shravanam, Shastra, so if your eyes are trained in knowledge, Shastra Chakshusha, then you can see all this. So the person who is reading Shastras every day, reading Bhagavad Gita every day, practicing under a guru, the japam, he is called an endeavoring transcendentalist. That person who is situated in self-realization, who is focusing on to realize the self, remove the covering on the true self, that person is called endeavoring transcendentalist. He can see all this clearly. After a certain time of sadhana, when a death happens, you see it is not as a vanishing of the individual, but a transfer. Just like in previously government service, there was a transfer from one place to another. Like that, the Atma is getting transferred with the new conception into another body. But those who are not situated, who are not attempted this self-realization, cannot see what is taking place, though they may try to. They will try to figure out, but since they don't have the Shastra knowledge, they cannot. So this is a very beautiful understanding in the Bhagavad Gita of a concept of death. So friends, please take care of this. Please read Bhagavad Gita. If not all the chapters, at least the 15th chapter, which is the Purushottama Yoga. Shri Krishna is the Purushottama. Become an endeavoring transcendentalist. Don't become a foolish. Foolish means who is not trying to understand the Shastra, understand Bhagavad Gita. Become an endeavoring transcendentalist. So that is very important. So what is an endeavoring transcendentalist is, in the Sanskrit, it is called, I will tell you, Yatato yoginas chainam. Yogi, become a yogi. Those yogis, they pashyanti, they will have the knowledge eyes of knowledge, divya drishti, by which the atmanya avasthitam, yatanto hi akritatmo. But you are not trying, you don't become akritatma, is not at all trying for spiritual development. Such a person, na yenam pashyanti achetasa, he is like a jada mind, jada intelligence, undeveloped mind, achetasa, he cannot see, or she cannot see. Become a yogi, become endeavoring transcendentalist. Learn Bhagavad Gita. Please reply to me if you want to learn in detail Bhagavad Gita. I can give you all the 18 chapter lectures. Hare Krishna. Please subscribe. Please like. I will share more such content. Hare Krishna.